It's almost time to go on holiday. And I have just been to Aldi to do a bit of a food haul. I didn't pick up too much. I think it cost like 14 quid because I already had lots of things anyway, because I've been picking things up as I've been going along for the past couple of months and putting it to one side because I knew that I would need to take some food with me to Butlins. Now we do have the dining plan, which means that we have breakfast and dinner already there, paid for, but we haven't got any lunch. And I'm a bit of a foodie, my son's a bit of a foodie, and I didn't want to keep forking out every single day for lunch. It's not that I'm a mean mum, it's just it all builds up, doesn't it? So I want to take some little bits with me so that, especially me, I can have a lunch, I can fix myself a lunch before we go out into the park for the day. And also, I'll probably pick up some fruit bits while I'm there anyway. For breakfast, I just put a few bits in my bag. Is that allowed? Let's try it and find out anyway. But we're both foodies, and if we get back late, he's more likely going to say he's hungry and then there'll be no food there. So I wanted to make sure that I have plenty to take, and I'll probably bring half of it back with me, but I'd rather take too much than not take enough. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you exactly what we are going to be taking food-wise to Butlins, but I'm also going to be showing a few other little tricks that I've got to keep my son occupied in the car for the 2 to 3 hours that I've got to drive there. My mum's going to be in the back seat with my little boy anyway, so she can keep him occupied a little bit. But she's getting a little bit older now and she's probably going to fall asleep. So I wanted to get plenty available for him to keep him busy. So I'm going to show you what I've got planned. But first, let's get into the food. Okay, so here it is, guys. And I know it looks a lot, and I know it does, but it's 4 days, and I think we're gonna eat it all. But I'm gonna start over here with the drinks. So I've got some fruit shoots to take. I mean, as well, you've got to remember, I've got my son, but I've got 2 nieces going as well. And even though their parents are going, has probably got lots of snacks. If one kid's got something, the other kid usually wants it. So I've doubled up. So I've got some fruit shoots for my boy and the girls. I also taken some juice with me as well, because I will take his water, a flask and stuff, is water mug or whatever you want to call it, so I can fill it up and put a little bit of juice in for him. I've got my milk for my tea in the morning because I can't wait until I actually have to go for breakfast for a cup of tea. That's not happening. I got some turmeric and I've got some ginger in the cupboard actually, because I usually have a ginger and turmeric tea before I go to bed. And I got some juice for myself, and I got some sweetener for the teas and coffee, which are all here. So my mum works in the college, so she was able to pick up some little coffee packs and some tea packs. So I've got normal English tea, green tea, peppermint tea and chamomile tea with some coffee as well. My mum only ever drinks PG Tips, but she's sorted herself out. I've got some chickpeas here, cannellini beans, and a tin of chickpeas. And what I plan on doing is opening those up and splitting them in half. So I've got one like Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, and then we come home on Friday. So like they're going to be like my lunches for the 4 days. And then I've got some veggies. So I got some sugar snap peas and 2 packs of mange tout. I was going to pick up 2 packs of sugar snap peas, but Aldi ones aren't very nice. But the mange tout look fantastic. So it says the 16th of August, but they'll be all right for an extra day. And fruit-wise, I've just picked up some pears, 2 lots of apples, because as I said, my son only likes the green ones, but I also picked up some small red ones as well. And I picked up 2 sets of carrots as well as that, so that I can have some mange tout, some sugar snap peas, some beans, carrots, plenty of fruit. And then I've got my little like lentil hoops as well that I can have, and that will kind of be my lunch for the 4 days. And I've got an orange as well. I've also got my rice cakes. I do have another pack of these in a bag, but I didn't want to put it all out on the table. And I've got the sweet chili ones, and I've got the salt and vinegar ones, as well as a few packets of the mini chocolate ones and mini yogurt ones too, as a like dessert, I suppose. And then obviously, if you know me by now, I've got my rainbow drops. Can't go anywhere without my rainbow drops, so I've got them for a few days. And I've got biscuits. So I've got the chocolate chip cookies, party rings and ice gems. I've got 6 bags of each, and I've got there's going to be 3 kids there, so they're more than likely disappear over the holiday. And then I've got this huge bag of sweets. This was in Farm Foods. I think it was like $2.99. I'm not 100% sure. But what I plan on doing is taking some little Tupperware tubs with me, and I'm going to be putting some in tubs like each day. So he's not going to eat this entire bag. But between him and my mum, I wouldn't put it past him. But I just thought, rather than keep buying sweets, I can just put these in a little pot and take it round with me for the day. That's the idea. Whether it works or not, we'll find out when we get there. I got my son some smoky bacon crackers that he can have in the room with us. And this porridge thing here is we leave very early on the Friday morning, because I like to leave early and get back. And my son will probably fall back to sleep when we get in the car. But I thought, if I do this first, because you can never eat it straight away, can you? Because it's so hot. I can do that, take that in the car with me. And then when he wakes up about half an hour later or whenever, he's got some breakfast. I got this popcorn kernels. I'm going to make a huge tub of popcorn, because my little one and I will just sit there and munch on popcorn, and it's so much cheaper. This cost me £1.50, and this will usually, if I was just at home, will last me 3 or 4 weeks. Where if I bought the other little bags of popcorn for like £1.50, £2, I've only got 6 bags, and they can go within 2 or 3 days. So this is a much better idea. I just put some coconut oil in a saucepan, melt that down, and then I chop those in and put the lids on it and put it on a low heat, and it'll just pop away. But you can put it in a microwave or whatever you want to do. I got these little like jelly ocean things. Again, there's 3, so I've got 3 kids going, so that's over 2 days. I've got my lentil hoops, like I said, for my lunches. I got some croissants, and I think I got some chocolate pans somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I've got some croissants in case he's hungry before we go for breakfast, because breakfast isn't until 8 o'clock, I think. But he can wake up between 6:30 and 7. If he's hungry, at least I can give him something to like keep him going. He's also asked before he went to his dad's that he wanted some pretzels, so I bought a big bag of pretzels. But again, I'll take another tub and I'll fill the tub up, and he can have that around the park. His tomato wheels and rice cake, but I do have another pack of rice cake which he hasn't eaten, so I'm just going to take that rather than keep buying. And this little lot here is for the car. So it's not all on one journey. I'm going to split it between 2 journeys, but the little the little Pringles tubs, barbecue and ready salted, I already bought those before I knew about the big tub. And then my mum, again, so said she works at the college, so she picked up some custard cream, so I've got those. And then I've got these little mini bags of sweets just to have in the car. So he's got Haribo Fizzes and the Super Mix ones. He's got some fruit twists, Smileys and fruit stars, and a couple of more packets of crisps and a few packets of biscuits, and I'll put some cookies in there as well. But again, I'll split this for the journey there and for the journey back, so he can have what he wants. I mean, it's holiday, guys, isn't it? You've got to treat them, but also you've got to try and budget and keep the costs down as well. So that's why I do it so early. So that is what we're taking food-wise to Butlins. I know it looks quite a lot, but I am going for 4 days, and I have got mine and my son's mouth to feed. My mum said that she's got her own stuff, but if she wants something, she can obviously have it. And I've got 2 nieces that will probably want some sweets and stuff as well. But let me show you the essentials that we're taking as well. Right, so over here is just some essential stuff. So it's got some toilet tissue and some kitchen roll as well. We got some hand soap, because you just don't know. That must be my mum's Pringles. I don't know what that's there for. Some wipes to wipe down the side and the bathroom, and some washing up liquid as well. I've got some sponges to clean with, some normal like bin bags, and then a big black bag, and obviously some tea towels as well. I don't think I've forgotten anything. I think that's all the essentials we need. And then obviously then I've got the what have I got then? The Tupperware tubs, and like a knife and a peeler for the carrots and stuff like that. So that's the essentials. Am I taking enough? Is that right? Am I forgetting something? Please let me know if I am forgetting something. Okay, and then I have this little thing that I bought ages ago in Aldi. I bought it a long time ago, so I don't think they do them anymore, but it's a travel car thing, and it folds down everything when you're finished with it, but you put it by the side of your child's seat, and then they can just put their hand in and grab what they want. So I've got the Nintendo Switch in there for my little one, so he can play on that, and then I'm going to fill this all up with some like the food and his toys and everything else. So he has got some teddies, so he's got a Sonic teddy, and he's got a Mario teddy that he wants to take. He's then picked up some of his toys because he's back into Sonic again, guys. So we've got Sonic and we've got Knuckles. And then he's got Mario and Luigi that he said he wanted to take. I've obviously got his cap as well if he gets... I'll probably just leave that in the car if it does get sunny. And his shades as well, his sunglasses too. And then I've got a fan for him as well if it gets too hot. So all that's going to go in there. Here's going to be his drink. I'm going to put some fruit in there for him. And then I'm going to put like some sweets and stuff there, and then just some crisps lying around. I've also got these 3 games to keep him busy as well. So it's called Who Is It and 4 in a Line. It's Connect 4 and Guess Who. That's how I remember them. Connect 4 and Guess Who. Does anybody else remember those? The 4 in a line and Who Is It just baffles me. It's just like, maybe I'm just too old. I don't know. And then the final game I've got, which you can't really see, is like a pop-up frustration game and a snakes and ladders game that he can play in the car with my mum, or if the girls come next door to our apartment, then they got games to play as well. And then he's got his own little wallet that he's got some money, because my mum's gave him some money and my dad's gave him some money to take with him to pay for like stuff in the toy shop and everything else. And I'll show you one more thing that I'm doing with him as well, which is this. Okay, I'm taking a blanket with me in the car, and bless him, look, we've got 2 peas. So we went last year to Minehead, and he loved the little 2p machine. So I said we bought one of those tins that, you know, you have to use a tin opener to open it, and he's been saving 2p's for over a year, guys, bless him. And they ended up having £6 worth of 2p's, so I've got to find somewhere to take all of this. I've found this in his actual books, a sticker picture atlas book. So it's got stickers in, and he can just do that if he wants to. I've bought him some plain paper. He loves Gabby's dollhouse, so I've got that for him so he can do some colouring. And I'm going to be printing off some Sonic pictures and Mario pictures. He's got his crayons, post-it notes, because he loves to stick them everywhere. I bought these new crayons for him because they were double-sided, so I thought they're easy to do. And in there, I've got an eraser and a sharpener, pens and pencils. And these were 80p in Tesco. They're party favours, but I thought, oh, do you know what? He might actually like that. There's 4 in there, so he can have one. The girls can have a couple as well. And I bought some plain paper. Now this, guys, this is from Amazon. And what you do, you strap it around the back of his car seat. And down the sides, you've got pockets to put like crayons. And it's quite a hard base so that he can do colouring and drawing on there, or he can just eat off of there. And it's got like a little tray, so he can actually do stuff while he's there. So it fits this colouring booklet. So there, and then he's got his crayons, and he can push down without having to make any like massive mistakes or whatever. So I thought it was really good. I think it was like £8. I'm not sure how much it was, but I bought him that, and it just goes around the back of his chair, and you can just undo it there, and he can let himself out, or he can take it off, whatever he wants to do. So I'm going to be doing that for him as well. So there we go, guys. I think we are ready for Butlins. I hope I'm ready for Butlins. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing my son. He's got some mini archery, and he's doing Football Training Academy. That cost me a little bit more. The Football Training Academy is 1 hour, and it was £10, and the other thing was mini archery, and that was, I think, 30 minutes, and that's £6. He wanted to do the rock climbing, but it was £12 for 10 minutes, and I was like, no, I'd rather take you to the local rock climbing where you can just do it for an hour So I said, no, not this time. I did miss out on the fun of football where you can just go in and play football for 30 minutes. But I checked it yesterday and luckily someone cancelled their booking. So I stole that one. And then the next thing I didn't get was the sand art. But I'm hoping as I check throughout the week that someone might cancel, because people cancel bookings all the time, don't they? And I can get him into doing sand art. But other than that, I think we're good. I think we're ready to go. Do let me know if you think I've forgotten anything. I've got a little bit of time before I head off so I can go and grab things. Also, I just remembered as well, I have got a DVD player and I've downloaded films on the tablet so that my son can watch Mario film or Sonic film or whatever he wants to watch as well, or his new Turtle movies that I bought him. Watch Wednesday's video for that one. And yeah, so he's got plenty to do, so hopefully he won't whinge too much in 3 hours. But I am getting a little bit of anxiety at the drive, but I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm sure I will survive. If you see me here next Sunday, you know I survived it. And then in a couple of weeks' time, I will do a Butlins vlog for you to show you how we got on and the things that we did. But please be patient because I won't be filming my family because out of respect for them. And my little one definitely wants to get online, but his dad doesn't want him online. So unfortunately, I can't put him online just yet until he's a little bit older, which I have to respect the wishes of my ex-husband, of my son's dad, as well as what I prefer to. So there we have it, guys. That is what I'm taking to Butlins. Any comments? Anything I've forgotten, please let me know. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. Comment down below so I can keep talking to you all. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.